Last year in Wisconsin, a mining bill worked its way through the legislative process until it was defeated in the Senate. This year, Republicans have reintroduced that bill. Republicans say the difference between the current bill and the final version of last year's bill is minimal.
There were some cross-references that were wrong in the bill. I mean, things like that are truly technical in nature. Those are the things that are going to be looked at. But all the substantive issues will be brought out in the committee with public testimony, and the changes will be made there if there are any.
And last year's bill went through an extensive vetting process with multiple hearings around the state.
This bill has been discussed in great depth. We have had hearings all across the state. We have had hundreds of people who have given their ideas, and we know that the Senate Democrats have had their own process throughout the course of the summer.
This issue has been heard across the state of Wisconsin. People have a lot of information in regards to this as a result of the hearings and the other work that's been done in regards to this bill. This issue has been thoroughly vetted, and it's continuing to be thoroughly vetted. And we would be happy to hear any comments that people have after this hearing if they want to suggest changes to this piece of legislation that is before you.
Having gone through this process now for over a year, I think this is the fifth public hearing that we've testified at. Each of those public hearings, I don't think there was one that was under 9 hours. Among those, most of them were 12 hours or at least. And this issue has been vetted through those. We have participated openly in every one of those hearings and attempted to respond to every question, both at the hearings and to legislators between meetings. And we'll continue to remain open and positively offer our assistance in this process.
But Democrats argue those hearings last year don't count.
Did you know that he gave some misleading remarks by indicating that there had been several public hearings on this issue? This is 2013 Assembly Bill 1. This is the only public hearing on this issue. There has not been one in northern Wisconsin for the people who are going to be affected by this most immediately. So he did give misleading remarks.
Democrats say freshman members of the legislature did not get to participate in last year's hearings. And one veteran lawmaker, Representative Gordon HINTZ, says he wasn't paying attention to the issue last year, and he sits on the committee that is responsible for the bill.
Well, I'm Gordon HINTZ. I've been in office for 6 years, and I heard you say you already testified and you've been through our list. This is the first time I've ever seen you. It's the first time I've ever heard you. You've never met with my office. You've never met. This is the first time I've had the opportunity to ever even ask you a single question.
Let's hold it up right here.
Well, I'm just saying.
Let's just hold on.
Well, they said something that was not true, so I think it's important for them to know that I've been in the legislature, that I was elected to represent people.
That's not for Representative.
My staff person asked your office for a meeting within the last week. I know that.
Okay, well, that's great, and we'll get I have questions though.
A public hearing was held for the mining bill on Wednesday. There are no other public hearings planned at this time. For the McIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmolsky.